Hey guys, welcome back to the homestead. Hope you guys are enjoying y'all's day, Easter weekend. This is Good Friday. Well, wait a minute, this is Saturday. I done worked away all my all the weekend just about already. But this is the cattle panel greenhouse. Going to give y'all kind of an update on what I've got here. The plastic on top is 8mm greenhouse plastic. I've got these wind straps on over the plastic. I got a huge roll from, I got it off of Amazon. It's a huge roll, pretty good price. As you can see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've got 10 down it. This is a 30-foot by 12-foot greenhouse. Okay, 12-foot wide and 30-foot long. And I'll go through with you right now and just tell you the 2x10s on each side. That's 2 inches wide, 2 inches thick, 2 inches wide, by 10 foot long each one. So I've got 1, 2, and then here's the 3rd and the 4th, and the 5th and the 6th. Okay, so that's six 2x10 by 10s on both sides, right? The front and back are just a little bit wider than the 10-foot because I actually used 2 different pieces of wood here. Okay, so we've got more or less a 12-foot wide greenhouse across. And now I'm going to put a door here still yet. I've got a window in the back, a small window, ventilation. I've got the option to put a fan up there if I want it. I use a 2x4 2x4x12s on the inside to do the framework on the inside. And I've kind of got the bracing across the top with another 2x4 and down both sides, as you can see right there. And that's just to support the wall. Here's the window and all that mess, There's a lot of wood between that window and the actual framing to keep it sturdy and keep it level. So that's amazing. Show you on the sides of it. I got the I think I got a 20-foot wide by 100-foot long plastic is what I got, and I ordered it. So what I did was I used the 30-foot piece of plastic, took and went another 30-foot and used it on the ends, the front and the back, and I'll show you the door here in a little bit. But on the sides of it, I got these 1-inch strips holding the plastic down, screws through them, with the wind straps under that. So it's done really good as far as wind damage, snow, and all that. And I've got some things I need to replace. Like I said, this is the 3rd year. Here's one of the 1x1s that has broke over time. But I've got plastic tucked underneath here to where I can roll these sides up, okay? And that's on both sides. So I took and used the zip ties. Need to get bigger zip ties and replace some of these, but zip ties here to where I can fold them up and tie up on all the way around instead of trying to buy a roll-up sides, roll-up thing. So, and I've got it down because I actually got cuts in there today that can blow off the shelf back there, and some of them did yesterday, but I fixed that. All right, and then now on the corners, all 4 corners has a 4x4 like this one here on the inside, and I'll show you that. And we got 4 on the corners and 2 in the middle, 1 there and 1 there. What it is, every 10 feet I went and put 4x4s to where I can screw my sidewalls into that area together, and that worked out really good. Now let's go on the front and I'll show you this, guys. I did put this styrofoam stuff on the inside, and it does wear out. The heat really does something to it. So, yeah. Sorry about the finger. But here's my front end of the greenhouse. I've done pretty much the same thing, except for I use these strips to hold the plastic. If it comes down to it next year or so, when I got to replace the plastic, all I have to do is take the stripping off that all the way around this here. See that there? That stripping. And then pull that plastic loose and the plastic and the strips on the sides. And then pull that plastic and redo it. I don't have to mess really with my ends at all. So, and there is some damage on the ends more than there is on the inside. I've got the whole front end encased with plastic. And there's a place I could put a fan if I need to later, which I doubt it. It stays pretty cool in here with the roll-up sides when you roll them. And here is my door with the door latch on it. I got my latch. I actually broke, but I pull that shut. I can pull this shut when I'm in here in the fall or in the spring or early winter, and actually do the John style lock. That's what I call it, the John style lock. We won't close that just right now though. But you can see the door framing is pretty simple. It's held up. I just got some bracing on each corner and in the middle, on the bottom, top, same. Good looking hinges, still there, still works. It don't scrub, and it stays where I put it, so it is level. That's what I like about the door. And that's pretty much in general the inside the door and all that. Look at the spiders. Ooh. But we ain't gonna look to raised beds right now or none of the plants. But on the inside, this is different than what I've seen other YouTubers do. I've seen a lot of YouTubers and people building cattle panel greenhouses. Now look at this. You have to replace your zip ties often. There is hardly a zip tie left in the top of this thing in the back. So they break and you have to replace them. If you'll notice, I've got zip tie ends. I'll show you right here. All the zip tie ends, I never cut them off because I wanted to know where they're missing at. It ain't an eyesore for me, just one of those things that I look back there and I see a whole ton of zip ties missing. So that means I need to replace them. But on the inside of the cattle panels, I see a lot of people put the cattle panels on the outside of the greenhouse. This, all it is, was after I got my sidewalls built, after I got my 4x4s in and got my sidewalls going up, I put a 2x4 along the top of the 4x4 all the way around, just like that. I just put that 2x4 there and screwed them from the outside so that they would keep hold pretty good, and they have. Same on the other side, except for those are a little shorter. I had to level it up, and I just never came in to put blocks under it, but it is working, and I ain't gonna mess with it. But all my cattle panels are resting on the inside, on top of the 2x4, and on the inside of the 2x10x10s. And I put the finishing staples on all of them, all the way around, just like that. I've got kind of an overlap where I went a little bit long with the length of 2 cattle panels on the back end, and it's only like 4 squares to bend right. But you know, hell, I know, wait a minute, that's only a panel, one and a half cattle panels squares. That's what I was liking, because the length was a little longer than what I figured. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cattle panels. Well, 7, 8 cattle panels on the inside the greenhouse. Okay, and this thing, I mean, give you an up to date on it. This thing has grown a ton of food, a ton of tomatoes. I know that you can grow the heck out of tomatoes. Your leafy lettuce, stuff like that, it is good for in the wintertime. but I really haven't even grown. Look at this. All right, see this? All right, see that? There is none on that one cattle panel, but one on the other side. That's the pressure of the greenhouse being right here on the back end where those two cattle panels are, and those zip ties broke quick, and the same on the back end. They're breaking. They're just hanging there, some of them, and there's a lot missing. So yeah, all the heat builds up back here where this window is, and that might be why I need to put a fan back there or open it up and screen it and put like a drop fan, put like a window I can plastic on it and maybe drop it and have a screen there so that the airflow on the top is not so hot back here in the back. But yeah, this is going on the 3rd year. I've got plants in here growing a little bit now. Got a lot of jalapeno peppers, red brandywine tomatoes right now. Getting ready to do a little bit of marketing with this. I actually got my honey extractor hidden here too. But that's pretty much what I've got growing right now in the greenhouse. And I got some Jet Stars. I like the Jet Star tomatoes, so they're good to have. I also got some, I think I still got some growing in here, hopefully. Tommy Toe tomatoes. I got a few of those in here growing. Just getting it ready for the garden, and I might sell a few this year. Need to. But as you can see with the sides up, it's 92 degrees in here. And I got the weed barrier down at the bottom. I got 2 decent sized raised beds that just don't have the wood for that one just yet. But this one here has been in here, and it's full of night crawlers. I come here in the evenings, even in the wintertime, and spray these beds down with water. I've actually got new compost on top of this from this year, and hopefully it'll help out on the growing process. I got some strawberries growing in here, which had a couple of blooms yesterday, but today they're gone. So we might have a couple of strawberries coming on. Not mistaken, this may have a disease. It looks like it does. It's kind of white leaf, not like the others. So that might not make it, but if it don't, it don't. I'm good. And I got a mess in here. Need to clean it up. I got gardening stuff back there I got to get together anyway. The owls, the sprayers. And that's just for my fishing mulch. And I keep my fishing mulch in the greenhouse, along with my net for my chickens if one of them gets out, or if something comes around I need to catch. But this is it. This is the greenhouse. If I'm not mistaken, I measured that to be 9 foot tall, 9.5 foot tall in the middle. And as you can see, just right in here, there is a hole in the greenhouse. All right, I'll explain why. See all those tracks? Those are Buzzard Tracks. So I've been coming out every morning running buzzards off before they ever make it this far. Okay, so yeah, they like a greenhouse and they tire it all to crap if they get on top of it with their sharp tines. I know back here in the back, on the back side of it, you can look right up there and see where they have hung out right there in that peak and actually tore into the plastic on the end there. But that's top plastic. That's not the sides. Side plastic don't start till that this right here. And I tell you what, if you like what you see in this update on this greenhouse, if you got any questions, just holler at me. If you're gonna build one, it's more expensive now than what it has been, but it's worth it. It's worth it to me. I spent probably a little bit over $1,400 on this greenhouse, maybe $1,600. But I mean, hey, I can grow food in here when other people can't. I can come in here in the wintertime when it's hot, when it's cold outside, and I can open this thing up and work in this thing and stay warm. I mean, it's a hot greenhouse. It really is. When you put the size down on this thing, that thermometer, it doesn't register how hot it gets in there. So I have to keep it open in the daytime, and I close it probably about 10-15 minutes before it gets night, before the sun gets off of it. That way, so it'll get a little bit warmer right before it gets dark, because it does not hold heat at night. These things leak it out of the plastic at night. So all I can do is give it a thumbs up to what I've done here. It's one of my amazing projects that I didn't know if I could do this or not. But once I got done with it, I mean, it's a good greenhouse. If you'll look down the sides of it there, I've got 3 4x4s. They're not all the way in the ground. They're screwed into the side. And that is just to prevent a lot of buckling. And as you can see, it buckled before I got a chance to do it. There's a lot of weight. There's a lot of pressure on them cattle panels. So even though the 4x4s are 2 foot in the ground, it's just a lot of pressure pushing out. So if you do a high tunnel, which is over, those 4x4s are 4 foot out of the ground. That's what the sides are, 4 foot sides. And if you go over 3.5 foot, I think it's considered a high tunnel. And I went 4 foot, so this is my high tunnel cattle panel greenhouse. Does need some zip ties, does need some work to it. Probably gonna need a paint job by the end of this summer, because I'm gonna use the heck out of it, and the sun's gonna bear down on it. So, all right, well, if you guys have any questions, or if y'all would like to help out the channel, please subscribe. And next video I'm going to give you is going to be an update on myself. Something I got to go through again this year that I went through last year, and it's just going to be a painful process again. But y'all enjoy, and go get you some plants. Go get started. See what you can grow without a greenhouse, and then build you a greenhouse. You don't have to be this big. You don't have to be high tunnel. Build you a greenhouse. Use your own idea. Use some of these ideas I give you about how to put those 2x4s along the edge to support your cattle panels. I think that's what a lot of people are missing on. But you guys have a good and keep it real. And please be kind to one another, love one another, and let's survive. You guys have a good one. Keep it real.